Power is not always seized through brute force or grand displays. Sometimes, it is born in the quiet spaces, while others are laughing at you, writing you off, looking the other way. To be underestimated is not a curse. It is the most powerful advantage you can possess, if you know how to use it. Niccolò Machiavelli, the master of political strategy and human nature, understood this truth centuries ago. To be underestimated is to be given the perfect opportunity to observe, to prepare, to strike with precision while your enemies are asleep at the wheel. In this long, raw, and unfiltered guide drawn from the sharpest Machiavellian principles, you will learn how to turn underestimation into domination. They didn't see you coming? Good. They'll never forget you after. The moment someone underestimates you, the game begins. But it does not begin with confrontation. It begins in silence. Silence is your first weapon. Silence disarms arrogance. When people underestimate you, they expect noise. They expect defense. They expect desperation. What they don't expect is a man who watches, listens, calculates. When they talk over you, let them. When they mock you, let them. But in your mind, you must be sharpening your edge. You are the blade in the dark. Machiavelli would argue that appearances can be crafted. You must play the fool to fool the fool who thinks they are fooling you. Every moment they think you're weak is another moment they expose themselves. Arrogance always leaves openings. You gather intelligence. You study the terrain. You measure their ego. And all the while, you're preparing something they'll never anticipate: your rise. To be underestimated is to be unseen. And there is no greater power than invisibility before the strike. Step 1. Understand why they underestimate you. You cannot win a game you do not understand. People underestimate you for a reason. You are quiet. You are new. You have failed before. You lack obvious resources or status. You do not broadcast your worth. Good. All of these things are illusions. The loudest man in the room is rarely the most powerful. The man who has failed understands terrain others have never walked. The man who is new sees with fresh eyes. The man without status is not tied to a hierarchy. He is free to move, to strike, to redefine. Their reasons for underestimating you are all built on assumptions. And assumptions are weaknesses. You must weaponize their assumptions against them. Do not rush to prove yourself. Let them believe they are correct. Let their guard fall lower. Let them speak freely, reveal their intentions, underestimate your reach. Machiavelli teaches that when your enemy believes he has already won, his strategy collapses into overconfidence. And overconfidence is fatal. Step 2. Build power in the shadows. Public victories are the result of private preparation. While they dismiss you, you build. Your mind. Consume knowledge, strategy, history, human psychology. Your network. Align with powerful allies quietly. Your skills. Train relentlessly in silence. Your discipline. Master time, routine, and control. Your resources. Gather tools, assets, money, and leverage. Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." You do not react in anger to disrespect. You respond by becoming undeniable. Revenge is not served by reaction. It is served by evolution. Let them laugh. While they do, you refine. You grow. You elevate beyond their field of vision. And when you emerge, it will not be to argue. It will be to dominate. Power is not given. It is built in silence, earned in darkness, and revealed with force. Step 3. Control perception. Machiavelli's teachings are rooted in perception. Power is not only what you possess, it is what others believe you possess. So while you're being underestimated, begin controlling your image, not with loud claims or petty responses, but with subtle signals. Appear calm in chaos. That confuses them. Dress with discipline. Look like purpose. Speak rarely, but with precision. People listen to the man who chooses his words. Walk with silence and stillness. Movement draws attention. Stillness demands it. You are now playing a long game of psychological warfare. Each time you appear unbothered, competent, and focused, their assumptions weaken. You introduce doubt into their certainty. and doubt is a disease that spreads fast. Step 4. Choose the moment to strike. You've built, you've learned, you've observed. Now you choose the moment, not out of emotion, not for petty reasons. You strike only when you are in control. The timing humiliates them. The results are irreversible. The strike could be in business. It could be in social standing. It could be in reputation, achievement, influence. Whatever form it takes, it must do one thing: destroy their assumptions. That is the true revenge, not harming them, but removing the illusion that they were ever above you. Let your success echo louder than their laughter ever did. Let your eyes haunt them. Step 5. Never gloat. Machiavelli warns that rulers who humiliate others inspire long-term hatred. Your aim is not to provoke war. It is to end all questions. Once you have risen, once you have surpassed, you must remain composed. Do not seek to humiliate. That gives your enemy purpose. Instead, leave no room for retaliation. Be gracious, but distant. Be polite, but unavailable. Be powerful, but quiet. This is how legends are made. Not from ego, but from undeniable supremacy. They will regret underestimating you, because your very existence becomes their reminder. And when they tell the story, they will do so with respect, even if it kills them. Step 6. Protect the throne. Once you rise, do not make the mistake of believing the battle is over. Power invites new challengers. You must now master another Machiavellian principle. It is much safer to be feared than loved, if one must choose. Maintain a level of mystique. Let them know you are capable of kindness, but never afraid of cruelty if needed. Let your boundaries be clear. Let your respect be earned, not given. Make sure the world knows that underestimating you was their first and last mistake. You are no longer invisible, but now you are untouchable. Final thoughts. Machiavelli understood something most people fear to admit. The world does not reward fairness. It rewards strength. If you are underestimated, you are not cursed. You are blessed with the element of surprise. Do not waste it. Use it to evolve. Use it to dominate. Use it to become the man they can never overlook again. Because one day soon, the people who dismissed you will say your name with a strange mix of fear and respect. And that is the most Machiavellian victory of all. Welcome to the Machiavelli Guide. This is your blueprint for power, revenge, and silent ascension. Let the world underestimate you. Let them laugh. Let them forget your name. Because when you return, they won't just remember. They'll kneel.